What is going on, everybody? This is Caesar with the Battle Rhythm Podcast. I am joined by different people today. This is going to be a good show because I have a lot of questions and we're going to get a lot of answers today. So I'm hoping that we're going to be able to do this. So I'm going to tell you guys exactly who I actually have here. I don't know, it's on my right, on my stage right, stage left. I have Kari Halt. Kari is the director for the Kids Benefit Foundation. And I am also joined by Robbie and Christy, who they are board members, and they're doing a shameless plug with their Elite Glass company. So here we go. Kari, how are you today?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you, sir?
I'm living the dream. I got coffee in my hand, and I got my producer who's not doing anything over there. He's just kind of sitting, just, I don't know, like he's scaring me. He's one of those, you know what? Funny thing, his last name is Deathridge.
Oh my!
No joke. Like I'm like, dude, like you're really not really deathy, you're not really ragey. So I don't know. So
I love
it. Chrissy, how are you today?
I'm great.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
a woman of little words.
Right. That's me. I'm just gonna smile.
Well, like Robbie's somewhere around. Like apparently, Robbie's,
He's
quote unquote
always
working.
busy.
So
always busy.
Yeah. Every time I see him, he's always drinking a beer.
Mm-hmm.
Not always.
There he is.
There he is.
There he is. All right. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Morning.
All right. Well, I'm actually very glad you guys actually decided to come on. And if anybody wants to shoot anybody, everybody can shoot Kari because she was the one that picked the 9 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, 9 o'clock.
Say it works.
I know, but it was like at the beginning of the day, I'm not going to be tired or worn out or have people knocking on my door trying to get me to work today. So that was the 9 a.m.
Well, there we go. All right, so let's get started, shall we? I mean, here we go. First of all, the first time I ever met you guys, and I'll tell the story now because this is the funniest story. The first time I ever met Robbie and Christy was I don't know, the second time I actually ended up going to the VFW. I was introduced by Steve Aldrich, and the next time I saw Robbie, I was like, "Hey, Steve Aldrich." He's like, No, I'm Robbie." I was like, "Dude, you look the same. I don't know who you are." And he's like, "We are completely different." I was like, and I put them next to each other. I'm like, "No, you both look the same. You guys are the same one. I can't tell you apart." And it's not because I'm blind. It's just
beards all look the same.
Yeah, exactly. And they had like literally the same length, and Robbie's just a little bit taller than Steve, so now I can tell them apart because I know who they are. But yeah, that's how I met him. But that was, I think, a couple years ago now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, a couple years ago. So yeah, we go way back to 2 years ago. So the one question, and after we started talking with Robbie, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we have this foundation." And the next thing we were like, "Oh, we have this toy run." It was right around, I think it was around May when I joined the VFW, and the first thing that we had with you guys as far as the foundation was the toy run in December for a couple years ago. But I was like, well, what the heck was this? Like, oh, this is our biggest benefit thing that we do all year. I said, okay. So, didn't really think anything of it, but I was like, okay. How did this get started? Who actually started the whole foundation, and who had the idea? We're like, okay, was it one day that you woke up, was like, okay, I'm going to do a good thing today, and I'm going to start a foundation for kids because I have no kids or whatever, So how did it start? Who started it? How did it start? When, how old are you now? Are you toddlers? Are you bigger now?
I wish we were toddlers. I mean, I guess we're technically toddlers. So Che and I, my husband and I, were presented the opportunity to take over the coordination of the toy run. And I think it was so this will be 30. So it was the 27th year.
Oh, wow.
Before us, Tanya and Roro did the coordination for several years, and they were just ready to move on to a different phase of life.
Right.
And so we sat down and talked with them and agreed that this would be something that we would love to do. Kids are a passion for us.
Right.
And we're part of the bike community. And so we were like, I think
like
we can
Huffies
do this.
and twins.
So yeah. So
Oh,
we
sweet. I had a Diamondback when I was growing up.
motorcycles.
Oh, okay, there we go. Preferably Harleys, correct? Because
Yeah,
Indians, I
hey,
mean,
we're not
Indians,
gonna
okay.
discriminate, but I do work at Harley, so we do like Harleys.
Shameless plug. Text on my Harley Davidson. That's where I got my
Woo,
2018
yes.
road glide.
Yes. So when we took that over, we had to reach out to some people that had been involved in the toy run to get some ideas and to get support that helped us in the back end. The toy run is not a one-person, two-person show. We do have our board that is made of 4 couples, and then also we have another gentleman with us. And then behind that's our volunteers that have been with us for 3 years now. And then behind that are all the participants.
Right.
Nobody's more important than the next. Without everybody that comes and helps and participates, we would not be able to do what we do. Then after the toy run, my husband was like, I'd like to do a little bit more than just the toy run.
Right.
And I come from corporate America, and I know that when it comes
not Captain America, right? Corporate America.
Corporate.
Okay.
Corporate.
Right.
And I know, like with businesses and things, if you're an established nonprofit organization, sometimes businesses are a little more willing to give money because they can use it as an official tax write-off.
Right.
So we hired a CPA here locally in Sherman who helped us with the whole process of becoming a 501c3. Right. And that's where For the Kids Benefit Foundation came from, because it's always for the kids, no matter what we do. And so we wanted to do more throughout the year and not just be the toy run. So that's kind of where it started. Part of the reason for me and my husband is he became a father at the young age of 16. And his oldest son, who unfortunately is no longer with us and passed away in 19, was born with a form of NPS. And when he was born, he was rushed down to Children's Hospital, where he had extensive stays throughout his whole life. And with those stays, the Blood's mother would stay at the hospitals, and Che, being the father, would drive back and forth every night because he'd want to be there. And the cost and the stress of trying to provide for your family but also be there for your child it's just a huge weight on the shoulders. And so he talked about how he would have loved if there was a foundation or a group that could help, even if it was just 1 month, paying an electric bill. Right. Because the cost of gas going back and forth. And so that kind of that stirred within my heart, and I said, okay, let's do this. And then at the time we had a lady that was part of our board who she when she was in her late teens, early 20s, had to move back from California to come back to Texas to take care of her younger siblings. And she was fortunate enough where CASA actually donated a car to her. Now, it wasn't like this nice car that you just want to be driving and you're proud of, but it got her from point A to point B so that she could take care of her siblings. And so she was excited because it was a way for her to give back the way she was given. And then we also, one of the couples in our family, or on our board, they actually experienced a scary situation with their daughter, who is a little over a year old and thriving and doing so good. But this is even dear to their heart because it hit close to home for them. So each of us have a story that makes us want to be a part of this and continue to grow and to continue to bless the families that we have in our area.
Okay. And so how much has it grown in the last couple of years? I know that this past year that when we did the toy run, in December, you guys raised quite a bit of money, correct?
We did. We have been very blessed and very fortunate that it continues to grow. All the years prior to us, they did phenomenal. And I'm hoping that this year at our 30th annual toy run, that we're going to be able to present like a grand total of what everybody that's been part of the toy run has given back to this community for 30 years. I know in the 26th year, they did about 35,000. We were fortunate where we then jumped up to 60, then 66. And then this year we gave 76,000 to the Salvation Army.
Wow.
And it's such a blessing, and it's so overwhelming. I can't, all the hard work that goes into this,
Right.
and seeing that it comes to fruition like that, it just every year I just cry because it just gets better and better and bigger and bigger, and just the emotions take over. It's an amazing feeling to know that our community continues to give with such a giving heart, and we get to continue to bless these kids, these
Right.
families. These kids didn't choose to be in the situation they're in, but to be able to have a little bit of joy on a day, and then for these parents to be able to see their kids smile, there's nothing better than that. You can't put a dollar figure on that. You probably can't even describe the hope and the thankfulness that these parents have that day.
Right.
So we want to continue to grow. People keep asking, do we think we're going to get 100,000? I would love $100,000.
Oh my gosh!
But
I don't think you'd be able to make it through the day with $100,000.
I'd probably have to take a couple of days off work.
Oh yeah, because I remember you took that whole night after we got we were able to get to the 75,000. I mean, shots were flowing, Carrie was being carried out. I mean, it was wild. It was wild.
No, it's after we get to present that number, it's a time where we get to just reflect on the day.
Right.
And then we finally get to breathe. And then, the next week later, I'm like, hey guys, guess what? We got another
do it all over again. Yeah, because it takes a long time to actually get through to that day, right? I mean, all the preparation and everything.
Yes. I mean,
right.
we do different events throughout the whole year. So, sometimes we focus on those events.
Right.
We've been very blessed that a lot of our sponsors are returning sponsors. So they kind of allocate, but we also have to be diligent in finding new sponsors, because throughout the years, some businesses will struggle. Some decide to take a step back. Some decide to look at other avenues to give. So you kind of have to keep moving and grooving and evolving, or you won't continue to grow.
Right.
We had a sponsor this year that instead of giving to us, they ended up adopting like 5 families that they knew.
Wow.
They wanted to be responsible for taking care of those 5 families. And they apologized for not giving to us, but I was like, this is a team. It's teamwork. You're still blessing families in our community, and I can't be angry at you.
Right.
I'm thankful for you, because maybe those 5 families didn't get to be part of the Salvation Army's angels, so they would have gone without had this sponsor not donated or given to them directly.
Right. So let me switch gears for a little bit, and let me do this real quick, because this is kind of cool. Transition. Okay. Robbie, Christy, I wanted to ask you guys, how did you guys get involved with this? I know Carrie started this, and how long ago did you guys get started? Because I know you guys, I hate to use this term, but you guys are, I don't know if you guys are empty nesters now, and you're enjoying life at this point, right? So you guys are you have time to give back to others that aren't, that are going through, struggles and things like that. Because I mean, you guys are always helping me, because I'm a mess in distress. So you guys are always there. So how did you guys get involved with this? And how long ago did you guys get involved?
We are empty nesters. My kids are way older, and we have grandkids, and then his kids are in college. And so, yeah, we kind of had extra time. Mostly it came from the fact that the business Robbie started about 4 years ago was doing well. And it gave us the opportunity to share our good time right now with other people in the community. And we both just have a big heart for kids, and so that's what better place to put it. And with all of our friends, because we're all very close friends, and we run in the biker community with them, and it's just our passion. We want to take care of kids, and while we have the opportunity, we want to help, and we want to be there. And man, it's the most fulfilling thing when we go and we become a part of the Salvation Army giving and handing out toys. And Robbie has to walk away sometimes because it overwhelms you
like
so
he did
much.
right now.
That was a business phone call. So,
Yeah.
but,
Right.
and he just always hands me off everything. So it
He's
just
very
it
good
just
at that because
filled-
he's like,
it
oh, I
filled
handle
us-
this.
It just filled our hearts up because he didn't know what to do with kids going to college, and I don't
Right.
get to see my grandkids all the time, and so it filled our time up, and it's a really, really good feeling to help others when you can. It just feels good.
Right. So how long have you guys been a board members?
What, almost 3 years now, Kari? This will be our third one all
Yes,
together.
sweet.
I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, at the 5-year mark, you actually get a little recognition. Okay, so it's only first in 5 years.
Well, Robbie
So,
has
just
been
so you know.
around helping
I've been going to the toy runs
Yeah.
for a long time.
with Roro and
Oh.
Yeah.
and
Speaking of the
Tanya,
toy run, I know last year we had about 600 bikes, right?
So it was just shy of 500 bikes and shy of 700 participants.
And every year it just seems like it grows more and more, right?
Yes.
So this last year stayed about the same as the first year that we did it, when it was Georgia's first year to be our Santa. The year after it was about 350 bikes, but that day called for rain. So some people don't want to get out because they don't want to chance it.
And it was crazy too.
But
It was cold.
we still raised 66,000 that year.
Right.
So we just like seeing the bikes. We like seeing the people. We like to fellowship with people as we can. Now, I'm not going to lie, that morning, while we have a great group of volunteers, and this will be the fourth year that most of them are with us. Like, we don't have to have meetings the night before like we did at the beginning, because we pretty much have them in the same area that they were the previous years, and they know exactly, kind of what I expect when it comes to the tracking of things and being accountable. And then it's the same friendly faces that people see that are coming each and every year. And so, it's busy. We stay busy as board members. We try and walk around. I say the boys are more the face that day, where they walk around and talk to people and help direct traffic. And the ladies, we're the more administrative side. But each board member brings something great to the table, and we all are different in our own way. But that's what makes our foundation work and click.
Right. So I know you guys have an event coming up here pretty soon, right?
Yes.
So what do you guys got coming up here soon?
So this, the second Saturday of June, which I think it's June 8th, we have the Burning Asphalt Poker Run or Fun Run, depending on what companies allow to be posted or said in their area. It is going to be about a 100-mile ride that we do. It'll start at Texoma Harley Davidson and also end here.
Right.
And at each stop, you will have a different way to draw your poker hand / card at each stop. And we just confirmed that we are going to be able to give the winner $1,000 that was donated for this day directly. So we're definitely excited. This is the second year that we'll do this. Previously it was done by Mad Rock, but we went through all of their legal counsel to make sure that we could take over and use the Burning Asphalt name. Right. So we have that in June. In July, we have our back to school poker / fun run again. And everything that we raise in July goes to buying school supplies for the kids in our area. I'm in contact with the different counselors at the different school districts around us. And what we do is we purchase the most common items that are used. And at the end of July, we'll have a distribution day that is in the Sherman-Denison area. And then we'll have a distribution day also in the Bryan County area, which is usually Durant. The only thing that we require is that the parent or guardian brings their child with them to get the school supplies, and that we have their school supply list, because we want to make sure that The items that are being picked up are what the children actually need, and not just saying, oh, this is what they have to have, or I think they have to have, because we want to maximize the amount that we can help.
Right.
And I think last year we purchased, it was almost $5,500 worth of supplies that we were able to give out, which is, it's just a blessing. And, you know, the kids have fun. And it's not, you know, we're not buying Crayola brand crayons and markers. You know, we're getting,
You don't want to do that because we have a lot of members that are Marines and they'll eat those. So we got to stay away from the crayons.
Yeah. No glue.
Exactly.
No, we just try to get the most bang for our buck so
Right.
that we can reach the most. But so Burning Asphalt's June 8th, start registration at Harley, ending at Harley. The back to school event will be the same. We do have different stops that we will go to, and we're finalizing Burning Asphalt. We'll finalize the back to school here shortly. And then after that, it's all hands on deck for the toy run.
Right. So I have pulled up your flyer here for the Burning Asphalt. If you guys want to
Yes.
do a sponsorship, so why don't you tell me a little bit about what you each level of sponsorship is and how they can get a hold of you.
Okay, so we tried to all of our sponsors, we try to come up with really cool names for everything this year, and we'll probably keep it with the same names going forward. So we actually have a co-host for our event already. It is
Ooh.
the
Hold on. Drum roll.
so it is Jody and her family. I really need to figure out how to say their last name. I think it's Roseanne. I always want to make it harder than it probably is. But they are an amazing partner for us. They have actually committed to being the top sponsor of every event
Oh wow.
that we have this year, and have already paid us for all of them, which
Right.
just helps with the cost of things. Then we have, I think, one that is, you know, that's 2,500, that I think it goes down to 15, 1,000, 750, maybe 500, 250, and then 100. But I don't, you know, if somebody wants to give us $50, I am not going to say no. I'm going to say
Mhm.
thank you.
Absolutely.
$50 is just as good as 2,500 because it all adds up.
Right.
And my feeling is this, as long as it comes and we get donations that come from the heart, the donations will be blessed.
Right.
Um,
And people can actually also bring items, right? Because at the end of the year, like when we do the toy run,
Our auction.
you'll have a lot of different the silent auctions and stuff like
Yeah.
that, or even the live auction that you're going to have as well.
Oh,
So if
yes.
people want to donate something, you know, a TV or something like that. I'm saying a brand new TV, right? Not
Yes.
just a TV.
Oh, yes.
Things that are, you know, still haven't been
Mhm.
used before. And those things can be used at the silent auction at the end of the year, correct?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can definitely take items as well. It does take it again, it takes an army to make this event happen.
Right.
We do allocate some funds where we do fill-ins on the auctions, but we log everything we do, and we look to see, okay, so we purchased this year. Did it work out well? Did we
Right.
make our money plus some? You know, we're entrusted with this money to make and continue to grow, and we don't frivolously spend it. So if something, you know, if there's a hot ticket item and we can get it on sale on Black Friday or something like that, we will. But donations and people giving, or, you know, whether it's items, whether it's money, whether it's time, all of that is what makes our foundation work and allows us to continue to give back to the people in our community.
Now, Christy, do you guys also, like, for these types of events, do you guys actually usually ask for volunteers, or can people just come in and volunteer, say, hey, we want to help you guys out? Because, you know, like you said, it does take an army, and a lot of it, people don't understand how much on the back end there's so much work to do the days prior to the event and things like that. So you guys will always take volunteers, correct?
Absolutely. And we do a little bit of both. Sometimes we ask our friends and stuff, hey, can you help? But mostly everybody comes forward and says, hey, we want to help. Like, we get plenty of people who
Right.
say we want to help. It's great.
So I'm going to do something for you that I don't think I've done yet, or anybody else. And I know because you guys are a 501 C or 1C3 or C3PO or whatever it is for the nonprofit. I am going to use my veteran status to actually be able to get a website for you guys at a very limited cost of $360 for the year. And it's going to be hosted through one of our through the VFW. It's going to be hosted through there. So I'm gonna set that up for you guys, because I know you guys only have the Facebook page, but this is getting way bigger and out of hand, that that you guys need your own website, and it's going to be a .org. So it's going to be a .org. There's going to be several several director, CEO, COO, and even Steve Aldrich will get one too. So he'll get an email address for that. So I'm going to use that. That'll be my contribution to you guys. It'll be written off that way. It's because it's the amount of money that people spend on websites, sometimes it's ridiculous, but because I'm able to actually get that, it's that little discount or whatnot. I think that it's super easy. The only thing is that somebody will have to be able to do be the webmaster. So it's for that, it's super simple. I mean, I do it for the post, the VFW thing. It does take some time at first, because you have to set it up and everything, but it's super easy to uphold. You just take a picture or the flyer you already got and put it up there, and it's super easy. So I'm gonna get that set up for you guys, and it's that way because you guys have been only have the Facebook page, and it only reaches so much. Once you get the website up and running, it'll be good. So I got you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
That's definitely, that's been a wish list of ours, and just trying to get to be able to do that. We all have full-time jobs too, so it makes it hard to want to do that. But, we've definitely wanted to do that and expand, so that when people search us, it comes up in other ways. So thank you. So you're going to make me cry.
Well, you already started. So it's starting early in the year. Yay. I got her. So it'll be good. So the only thing is that I'll make sure that that's taken care of. It'll probably be in the next couple of weeks that I get it. I'll send out the email as soon as we're done here. I'll send out the email, that way they can go ahead and start setting it up, and we'll just need basic information as to the 501c, all this other stuff. So it'll be all set up. So
perfect.
It'll be
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. That's what we're here for. See, this is what people don't understand. People think they're like, oh, Caesar just likes talking a lot. I'm like, yeah, I do like talking a lot, but you know what? Thanks, Peanut Gallery over there.
Hey, I'm gonna have Robbie give you a kiss for all this. That's great.
Oh, he better give me tongue.
He's working right now, so he didn't hear that.
I know. He's probably blushing over there. See, he's his
head is red.
Yeah, I know, right? He's all sweaty. He's like, "What the heck's going on?"
Yeah.
No, this is really what it is. Like, and I tell this story all the time. When I started doing this, we did for the BFW. We did the rides and ribs last year in October, and we started doing all the planning here and there. And the Big Dave from Mad Rock and Zach Grantham, they're like, "Oh yeah, come on the show. We'll promote Steak Night every week, or every month." I said, "Okay, that's cool." So after the first interview, Dave's like, "Dude, like, you got a little personality to actually go do this." I was like, I ain't got time. I got too much work, and I don't know about that, and da-da-da. And lo and behold, he's like, the opportunity started where we had the posting to get some informational stuff for our VPRs that we're actually supposed to do every year, like Vietnam and Desert Storm and things like that. So I'm like, why don't we just do a video and do and put it on the website? That way we can actually do more information on the subject. Because going out there, the way they used to do it is that they used to do it in public. So they used to go to like these little retirement homes and then show this little graph of like, Desert Storm happened, this is like, okay, I get it, we're supposed to do that, but I mean, I think we could probably reach more people this way. So that's how it really started. It was just like, do you have the personality for this? And every time I go on the radio every month, and especially with Zach is it has almost I call him the squirrel sometimes, because he's over here and then he's over here, and our interview during that time, it just goes everywhere. And like, oh, by the way, let's yeah, you came here for this, right? So you came here to steak night. So it always ends up being that way. And it just kind of started to where I felt like I could probably do something. And starting the podcast, it really started more of an informational thing, and then just kind of threw it out. And I haven't put this out to anyone yet. And I wasn't going to put it out because I wasn't really sure about it or anything like that. But the podcast has actually been picked up by Military Broadcast Radio Network, MBR. It has been picked up nationally. So I'm actually going to have both a podcast and a radio show on the same time. Yeah, so
That's awesome.
yeah, so it's pretty cool. I'm gonna tag them after that, but when we do all this stuff, I'm gonna tag them. It's mbrradio.us. That's where you can actually do it. That's why Justin's on here, because Justin's gonna help me out being the producer on the show, and
Cool.
I'm probably gonna try to get him into like maybe get him a speaking voice. It's probably gonna be like that whole Bobby Lee skit. He's like, oh, your son, and so that's kind of how it started. Like maybe I don't know, two dudes in a cave, or something like that.
Yes.
That's how it's going to start, because every time. So Justin and I we worked at the same place, and that's where we kind of met. So every time his cube was right next to mine, like on the other side. And we would, we would always start doing stupid things like, it's like, oh, hey, do you remember this? The whole Beavis and Butthead thing. And we would do the song quest, and I would like, hey, remember this? Him, and just go the whole thing. And that's kind of how it started. So Justin and I we'd always text one another. We'd send texts, like TikToks, be like, hey, remember this, or do this. And so it just kind of evolved into this bromance of epic proportions. So that's why Justin, I'm gonna try to get him on to the show one of these days, and actually do I don't know, I call them stupidities, because really that's what they are, and that's a lot of the times that's what I do. So but that's really how it started. So
That's cool.
I was talking about
That's
Zach
awesome.
and
Good for
how he
you.
goes on tangents. Yeah, I just did that.
You
It's
just
probably
did
because of
it.
me.
Made a circle.
Well, you're welcome. See, this is called quality entertainment.
Yes.
And there's hold on. There's laughing. I put the little laugh thing, so just so you know, so it's
Okay.
yeah. Wait, hold on, right here. Oh,
Oh my God, that is.
Yay, Fluffy.
I got it all. So
Gosh.
it's good. So let's get back on track here. So let's transition here back on track. What is it that you said you're gonna start doing the asphalt run, right? Here coming up soon. So where can people reach you at?
So if you want to reach out to me, you can do it through our Facebook page. You can email me at Kari@4tkids.com, which is KARI at the number 4 T is in Thomas kids.com. Or you can reach me on my cell phone, which is 469-323-0218. Or if you know any of our board members, you can reach out to them as well. They do a great job of communicating with me if somebody wants to sponsor or be involved. I kind of do a lot of the administrative side of things, because that's what I do at work. It's what I've done forever. But anybody can be reached out. But if you want to reach out to me or email me for more information, I'm definitely pretty quick at responding to that.
Yeah, she is. Although she took forever to respond to my text.
Which
when
one?
I first approached her about actually being, I'm just kidding with you. See,
Oh, I was gonna say,
you get all,
oh.
you get so like, oh, she's like, oh no, you didn't. Just call me out. So I'll finish him. So All right, so we got a couple things set up. So we're gonna get you guys a website, right?
Simple.
And we're gonna get you guys set up for that. So we're actually that's gonna be my to do list today after I do the laundry because I gotta do laundry. It's laundry day.
Don't get in trouble.
Hey, first of all,
Hey, I know your
you don't know my
wife.
life.
Oh, I
Hey,
do.
hey,
I know your wife. Like, I got her cell number.
Oh.
oh, don't you threaten me with the good time. Mhm.
Yes.
Hey, she always says, "It's like, you know what? Nobody can really handle me." I was like, "Okay, yeah, you're right. I'll do it. I don't want to do it." So it's
I'm
good.
gonna
But
remember
we'll
this
set you guys up with a
thing.
website. That way, next time we actually talk, because I am considering you now a part of. You are anytime that you want to come on this on the podcast to promote whatever you want to promote. You are a
Awesome.
friend of the podcast now. You're a friend of the show. You can come anytime you want,
Oh.
and I will be your medium to go through this. Look at that.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, a shameless plug too. Oh my gosh.
Woohoo!
Awesome.
I'm not getting paid for this, by the way. Just so you know, I'm not getting paid for this. So, you guys have anything else you guys want to talk about? Because we have, I don't know, how about another 25 minutes if you guys want to go. I can do this all day.
Oh my goodness.
I
Yeah.
do.
Well, if people want to know just a little bit, if people know of a family that's in need, please reach out to us.
Sure.
Right.
We have some people that come to us directly. We watch Facebook to see if there's families that are in need. I will say that we do vet the families that come to us because we want to make sure that it's truly a family that is in need and not one that's taking advantage of a system.
Right.
There's unfortunately there's ways of living, and for example, my husband and I are blessed, but if something were to happen and we needed to come up with money, do I want to sell our Harley? No, I don't, but that would be something I did.
Right.
Because
Sacrifices sometimes
those are
it's-
toys.
Right.
It's not a necessity. So we do vet families. We also, if there's families that are having benefits that people are doing, or there's a GoFundMe and they've raised $10,000, while $10,000 may not take care of all the needs, that's a lot that is being given to a family.
Right.
And so we want to make sure that we help families that maybe don't have the supports that others do.
Yes, sir.
But we have some of the other things that we've done is, so people do know, we had a family that their house burnt down, and we took the mom and dad and the kids shopping
Wow.
to get the necessities again. And that would be clothes for the kids, clothes for the parents because they have to go to work. I think we bought them an air fryer because that would be something easy for them to cook some food.
Right.
We do not give money directly to the families. If we're going to take them shopping, we take our debit card and we have a spending allowance that we know about that we vote on. But we go with them. We also want to let these families know that we're real people that have a heart for them.
Right.
We do keep in touch with the families that we help to be an encouragement to them. So we've done that. We partnered with CASA where 2 teenage boys were quickly removed from a very bad situation.
Mhm.
And the couple that was taking those boys on, they weren't prepared yet. So we bought the boys full-size beds with a dresser and nightstands and a new mattress and sheets, and those cute little boys wrote us a thank you note and talked about how they weren't embarrassed to have friends over, and they could
That's
actually
great.
have friends over because they had their own rooms. And
Right.
we had a family recently whose little boy had to go to the hospital because he had some medical issues, and they weren't going to have Christmas. And so we helped with the truck payment, we helped with their electricity bill, and then we gave them a gift card to Walmart to use on groceries, and also to buy Christmas toys for
Right.
for their kiddos. We had a gentleman who was driving. I believe he worked for a trucking company and got in a pretty bad wreck. And they had a few kids. And while he was on workers' comp only gives you about 60% of your pay.
Right. Unless
And
you have that other 100% or the to match up with the
Oh,
the
100%.
supplemental, right. And it was right at Christmas time, and they were scared and didn't know what to do. The mom was a stay-at-home mom, taking care of the kids. And so we went and paid their rent for the month of November. We do the back to school things. I'm trying to think. We had another lady who was a single mom of some teenage girls that their apartment burned down. So we helped get them back on their feet and took them shopping. Che and I typically, if we've been fortunate where we've been the ones that have done this, just because it's trying to coordinate with everybody to see when we can go shopping with them. And then all of our other board members are also busy with other things.
Right.
But Che and I typically will take them out to dinner afterwards on our own
cool.
personal money, to sit with them and talk to them, get to know them.
Right. So it's not just a transaction; it's just more personal.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's more than that.
And that's why this is why. I'm sorry. Let me stop here real quick. This is why Kari always cries at the end, because she gets
It's
so
so
emotionally
personal.
involved.
Yes.
And I'm not
totally make
knocking
her
it.
drown
I'm just
out.
saying
I will get her all
that
upset
is the
again.
craziest thing, right? It's such joy for me to see you actually do that, because it's like I may laugh at the moment, but I'm laughing because it's a happy laugh. You know what I mean? Like you just laugh because stoic men don't actually cry unless they're behind the doors. You know, so I'm laughing, but that's why, like, the emotion and the caring that you give, and just by you talking about it, it's the coolest thing to see. And I'm hoping that with this podcast, we're able to get more sponsors for you. We're able to get more things. That way we can reach more people, and hopefully once I actually get to them to featured on the MBR, you guys are gonna come on, and we're gonna make it, go even bigger than just Texoma, and we're gonna try to get this. So this $100,000 goal that I think I set in my mind too, because I think last year, we're gonna reach it in the next couple of years. To be honest with you, so I have a couple of questions for Robbie and Christy. You guys have been board members for a few years now. What has been one of the most rewarding things that you guys have seen, that you've experienced?
There's a list.
Yeah. Where do you start?
Yeah.
Well, how about at the beginning there, sir?
So listen, mister. So for me, a lot of times it's literally the people who come forward and take time to help us do the things that we do, to help us raise the money, to take a busy Saturday, like burning asphalt. Last year was our first big time. People came, even we had a young person, what was she, like 15, 16 last summer? She came and she spent the whole day with us, going from stop to stop, helping set up games. And, she could have been doing other things, but her heart was in helping us help other people, kids, and reach our end goal for the year. It's absolutely, when people come to me and Robbie at the VFW or wherever at, and they say, hey, we want to donate. We only have this little tiny bit we can give, but they're giving it from their heart. And it's a big, big thing for me to see our friends, and even just strangers who come and say, hey, we heard about you. We want to give something, or I want to come help. I don't have money, but I want to come spend the day with you guys and help others. It's right. So rewarding.
See, that's the thing. People can give. They
Absolutely.
can give without financial, right? They can give their time.
Yes,
they can
time
give.
Is so important for us.
Right, because that time. I mean, if you really have a giving heart, it comes from you. You just want to give your time. I'm like, you know what?
Absolutely.
I've been blessed with what I have so far. Like, I should be able to give back my time. I should be able to give it financially if you're able to do that. But a lot of the times with people that want to give, volunteer your time.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what it is. You can go volunteer at the food bank. You can go volunteer at the VA hospital. You can go volunteer at the hospital here at TNC. I'm not plugging them, by the way. I'm just saying you can go and volunteer there. There's millions and millions of different places that need volunteers
Absolutely.
all the time, because uh, a lot of companies, or even a lot of businesses, only have so many people that I can actually work this, but there's so much work to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially small businesses, like they cannot spend a lot of their time, or they have no family time because they are so involved in the work in their business that they can't, separate that. So volunteerism is a huge thing for us. That's what the VFW runs, just on a bunch of volunteers, giving their time for other veterans, and same thing for you guys. I'm sure that's what you guys look for. And I'm hoping that, we can reach a lot of audience members, a lot of different people that will be able to actually say, you know what, I'm going to give time today for to volunteer, to wrap up the toys or bring the toys in or do this and that. So I'm hoping that we can do that for you. Robbie, how about you? What has been your most memorable thing that you so far in the last 3 years that you've been a board member?
Like I said, man, I just can't. There's so many. I mean, it's amazing how it runs. I mean,
pick something.
I guess.
Besides meeting me, there's.
So how do we top that?
There's not one. I guess the most memorable. I guess the one that was, like I said, is a board member, and we helped him, and that's something I'll never forget.
Right.
Helped him with his daughter.
With the good
that's close.
comes the bad, right? With the good comes the
bad.
bad.
And that's close to our hearts for sure, all of us, and that's pretty important.
Yeah, that's true. We've been able to help other people that we know because of the foundation we have. It's people that we know personally, and
this is not just members; it's all family.
Yeah,
it's family now.
It's not family. Absolutely.
It's not.
Well,
not just working people. It's all family.
Right, and everybody's always looking to do for a better good, right? For a better future for
that's right.
Not only for us, but for those kids that I was having a conversation yesterday with Paul Bailey. I don't know if you guys know who Paul Bailey is, but he used to be the post commander at VFW 2772 back in 2008. And he was asking me about how kids are being raised right now, right? You guys, we were all in that generation of like latchkey kids, right? We were like, hey, you're a bunch of feral kids. You guys come home after, when it gets dark, and we knew where everybody was because the bikes were over there in the yard. We all knew where it was.
Yeah.
And he was like, and he was asking me about Sophia. And I told him, I said, well, Sophia is going to start going to private school at TCS, at Texoma Christian, because we were having issues with her at the school that she's at right now. And she was like, we were having issues with the teacher, and so we're like, you know what, this is not going to work out, and we want her to be much more focused on things like that. So he was asking, his conversation, or his whole argument was like, what do you think about kids being raised now? He's like, and he asked me, I was like, well, I said, when we were growing up, when I was growing up, I didn't have to worry about being taken, or I walked when I was 6 by myself from school to the house, no issues.
Yeah.
And now we can't even do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Things are so crazy.
And he's like, and even with this technology, like kids are, they know exactly how to use a phone without, by the time they're born, and it's the craziest thing to see how the generational gap and what they're doing and things like that. And so he was very, I think the way he kind of looked, he was a little saddened at the fact that it's like, maybe this new generation of kids are not really going to know what freedom was, and not really going to know what it was to actually go to to outside. We have to literally beg our kids now to go play outside. And it's like, get out, you turn the TV off and go play, get out of here. you know, we weren't allowed to come in the house, you know, until it was dark, or
Yeah,
because
exactly.
mom didn't want to clean during the week, so she left it for the weekend. It's like as soon as those cumbias came on, they're like, hey, you got, you got those, those what my buddy used to call it, the circus music, because you have the banda playing. He's like, as soon as that came on at 8:00 in the morning, you know you were cleaning. I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. But anyway, the tangent, what basically getting at is that it's saddened at the fact that the generation now, the kids that are here now, are kind of missing out on a lot of different things in life. And if for the foundation that you guys are actually doing, you guys have a couple of events that actually are outside, right? We just had like a couple last month was the what was it, the fishing tournament that you guys had?
Yes, we do a fishing tournament every year. We always have a $5 entry per kid, just because we do buy prizes for the age groups, but that event isn't to make money. It's
Right.
to get kids outside and experience something maybe they've never done before, or maybe they want to go fishing but nobody will take them fishing, or they want to try it, and we'll have fishing poles, and if they want to keep the fishing pole that we have, take it home, use it, get outside, be active. We're very blessed with our youngest. He may play a video game here and there, but he'd rather be on the motorcycle getting dirty.
He just bought one, by the way, too, right?
Well, that's the 18-year-old. The 13-year-old is just he's the same.
Okay.
He's taller than I am, and he actually got out on our heritage this weekend in a parking lot and didn't struggle one bit, which just scares my heart to death.
He done fantastic.
No, he did really good. I'm super proud of him. But then I'm like, oh my gosh, he's 13. What is this going to mean? And
I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell my wife. I was like, you need to cut the umbilical cord.
Oh no, not yet. No. Sometimes he acts too old for his britches. No, he's a good kid, and we're blessed. All of our kids for the most part come to our events and they help. At some point, our board members, we're going to be too old, and we're going to want to pass this on. And my dream is that our kids and Robbie and Christy's grandbabies, George and Bailey, little Miss Stella.
Yes.
That it'll have to be the Helmsless grandkids because they had older kids. But maybe, their kids take this over and continue.
Right.
That's my dream. It may not be their passion, and we may have to find somebody else. But I don't want this to stop with us. I want it to continue throughout the years, and continue some of the things that we're doing. Maybe do some things different. Maybe do more. But the fishing tournament is strictly just for trying to get kids outside and to have fun.
Right. So this is probably going to sound kind of weird, but I was just thinking out when we were saying different events and things like that. Urban Air out here in Denison, right next to Heyday or whatever it is. Well, maybe one of those days you can just rent out that day for a couple of hours and have some of these kids and hey, go nuts. Cool?
Yeah,
right?
That'd be cool.
So we're gonna have to get with the Urban Air, be like, hey, this is our benefit foundation. This is what you could do. You guys donate 2-3 hours for us to actually do it. We can actually get a bunch of kids here, and we can actually go through the schools and be like, okay, we have a maximum of X amount of people to do it. So there's an idea for you.
Hey, we can do that, or we can do something where we partner with the schools and they do, the schools do a canned food drive, and the class that has the most canned goods, they get tickets to Urban Air or something that day. If we get kids involved now, it only becomes easier as they get older to be involved. I know canned goods as a kid, when we had food drives, I always took the stuff I didn't want, like the peas or the carrots that were in a can.
Remember we used to take those for like, the can dance. Remember, like, we're gonna go to the dance and we're gonna take the cans. Like,
yes,
I was taking the pickled greens or whatever.
Yeah, the weird stuff that you didn't want to eat that was in the cabinet that you, So but we've done that. We've partnered with Hyde Park the last couple of years for the toy drive, and Holly Murphy's been amazing with doing that. And we definitely want to get more schools involved in helping, because the canned foods, with they're donated by kids, that's an easy thing to do.
Right.
We kind of quit taking canned goods for the toy run because the Salvation Army can get them for pennies on the dollar. So, for them, toys or money is a better utilization for them.
Right.
But, with, maybe doing something with Urban Air and getting your kids involved in like the class that brings the most cans, opening it up to them.
Yeah.
But, getting kids involved now will help them or give them maybe a passion as they get older to continue to help.
Right.
The sooner you start, the easier it is to keep doing something.
Okay, so we'll talk offline on the subject regarding trying to get the school board involved. The district involved to see if we can actually get something like that. We'll talk offline regarding that. But that's a challenge I think for anybody that's listening, anybody that's there. If they have any type of suggestions or contacts that we can actually get this stuff going, we can definitely get this for the kids. Remember, it's not for us, it's for the kids, because a lot of these families here in the Texoma area aren't as blessed as some of us that don't have a lot. Like you mentioned earlier that they go through a not a personal tragedy, but even a life event that happens, like burning down the house, or some of these kids are removed from the house, don't have really anything. This is what it's for. This is what this foundation is good for. So the more we can give to this foundation, it'll be good. So remind me of where you're able to donate again. So go ahead. Do you have a PayPal or anything like that? You go through your Facebook page, right?
Yes. So we have PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. I do have Square where I can take credit cards. We do checks, cash. I do work up at Texoma Harley. I'm here. The shop is open Tuesday through Saturday. I'm here Monday through Fridays, but nobody's here Monday except me. So Tuesday through Friday, I'm here 8 to 5 every week. Even if I'm not here, Kenny, Cody, our team, any of our team members, they know exactly what we do. They can help. We'll take any kind of donation possible. We'll meet up if we have to. We've got a great board, and we all have the same goal and dream, and we're a team, and we back each other up. So,
and you could also, if you're not able to make it to Texoma Harley, you can go over to Elite Glass, right? Where are you guys located at?
We're at 110 East Lamar in downtown Sherman.
And you guys will be able to take any type of donation there as well, right?
Absolutely. If we need to pick something up,
and
let us know.
If anybody needs to if it's like, hey, I don't have a transportation or anything like that, but I have this item that we perhaps might want to look at it, will you guys be able to come and pick it up or whatever?
Yep.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. We just want to make sure. I'm gonna have all this stuff, all the information posted up on the VFW 2772 website on the DORG, and then and hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll have your guys' website up and running, so we can actually get that going. What do you guys think about that?
That's awesome.
That is such a blessing. I can't. I'm still wrapping my head around it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just trying to get free merch, because I know that Robbie's gonna give me one of those cool hats that he had the other day, just for doing this.
Oh, those Elite Glass hats.
Yeah. By the way, Corey, that guy right there stole my other hat. For the kids.
First of all, I paid for it. Okay.
But he took the one Robbie was wearing. Yeah, that's why he got it.
It's because that's the only one he had on. So I was like, I want it now. I want my money now. I want it now.
So demanding.
So, yeah, demanding. Hey, I was the customer. The customer's always right.
Yeah.
See, exactly.
He's going to get something to show you right now. Just wait.
Oh, it better not be a middle finger, because I already got.
No.
Well, do you want one of these? Flat bill?
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. It's elite. See what I did there? It's elite.
Yeah.
So, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me this last hour. We could do this all day, but you guys are friends of the show. Anytime you guys want to come in and promote anything you guys have, you guys are more than welcome to. All you got to do is just, you have my number, you have all this stuff. So I am gonna get all your information. I'm gonna well, my number is 1, 2, 3.
You want to have Cynthia's number? I know how to get
First of all, she's in the back. She's in the background. Okay, she's in the background. She's one of those people. She's an unsung hero. Okay, I'm going to tell you this right now.
Absolutely.
She's one of those people that is actually doesn't like to be recognized, but she does a lot of the work, and she hates it. And when we did last year in March, I was nominated to be Tech Summer Hero, and then Billy Teague was like, "Hey, by the way, isn't your wife a veteran too?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What if we surprise her and don't tell her?" So we did surprise her. I got a letter from her old commander who he wasn't able to deploy with her when they went to Iraq. And she about lost it. She said, "I hate you so much that I'm not talking to you for 2 days because you surprised me." But she is one of those people that does not like to be recognized. She loves doing the work, but she hates being recognized. She's like, "I will help you guys, whatever it is." So she won't do it. And you guys know, she's like, even in pictures, she's like, "Nope, don't take my picture." I was like, "Are you Amish?" I was like, "Why did you like taking pictures?" He's like, "It takes my soul." I was like, "Okay, well, it's you." Yeah, it just takes my soul. So, but yeah, it's that. So
she's a great lady.
I will have all this stuff, all the information. Before we let you guys go, I'm gonna end the recording and I'm gonna end the live, but don't go anywhere. I need to make sure that all of our audio tracks are good to go, and that way we can. When I do all the editing, I'm gonna put all your information. I'm gonna put all the graphics up there so we can actually know. I know I tried to do it earlier, but there's other graphics that we can actually add, make it even better.
Okay.
So, you guys, again, I was this is Caesar with the Battle Rhythm Podcast. I was joined this morning by Kari Hawk, Robbie, and Christy Smith from Elite Glass and for the Kids Benefit Foundation. So, guys, thank you guys for coming in. Like I said, you guys are friends of the show. You guys can come in anytime you guys want to BS a little bit and be like, "You know what? I don't have anything to do today. Let's do a podcast." A couple of house cleaning things that I do have. Today's April 20th, and the VFW Post 2772 is holding the DFW tour tonight. It starts at what time, Robbie?
We'll start at 7:30 for the 10-ball tournament tonight, and then the big tournament tomorrow will start around 11.
Right. So tomorrow, it'll be is it the SL 10-ball? Is it 9-ball tomorrow?
9-ball tomorrow. 9-ball
tomorrow.
And by 10 o'clock if you're coming.
Ooh, there it is, 10 o'clock. There will be food trucks there tomorrow. There's going to be the Spotted Mug. It's going to be on there tomorrow in the morning. I'm going to meet them at 9 o'clock so they can actually open by 10 because I have to provide electricity for them. That was the only stipulation they put, electricity. And then Senor Taco, the one that's right behind Tixoma Harley. They're going to be there all day tomorrow. If on you guys' page, if you guys can actually put Senor Taco is going to be over at the Harley Davidson. They're going to be over at the Post tomorrow, and then on Sunday, there's going to be a barbecue truck that's going to be there as well on Sunday. So
very nice.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for getting that.
Of course, that's what we're here for. Like you said, we're all a team. Depending, everybody helps one another. That's the thing. People don't understand that. Like it's not just us. If my organization benefits your organization and vice versa, that's what we're supposed to do. Because that is what it's a small community. If the community itself doesn't help one another, then there is no community at all. Right. So, all right. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. We got a little bit over what we actually had planned for. Again, this season with the Battle Rhythm Podcast. Kari, thank you very much. Christy, Robbie, thanks so much. Justin, you look so pretty up there. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. You guys will be coming up soon. I might be able to do. I might be on live tomorrow at the DFW tour tomorrow. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Be fun.
It's raining. I was supposed to do the yard tomorrow, but I might hire myself.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah, I know. All right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you guys soon.
Thank you.
All right, see ya.